All right, let's go over question number A4. The directions tell us to, in the end behavior here, sketch the graph of f of x, so you have a visual, and then describe the end behavior. What is this end behavior here? This sentence right here is your end behavior sentence. End behavior sentence. So you should be writing that every single time you see the word end behavior. Okay? Alright, so how do I graph x to the 25th power? If you circle the exponent, this is an odd degree. Degree is another word for exponent. Well, what's the easiest one you know? That's odd. That would be x to the first. How does x to the first help us? You have a graph that's a line, and basically these arrows, notice how it's bottom left, top right. Watch this. Bottom left, top right. How do you get a table of values? Well, this is one way of graphing it. We have our x and we have our y. If you just pick a number like 0, 0 to the 25th power is 0 times 0 times 0 times 0, so it's going to be 0. If you put in a 1, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is just going to be 1. But pay attention to this one. 2 to the 25th power is going to be some very large number. It's going to be huge, big. Let's try that again. Big number. So let's graph it. 0, 0, right 1, up 1, right 2, something way up there. So our graph probably looks something more like this. And the points of symmetry, let me do that in yellow, is the same thing. Instead of going right 1, up 1, we're going left 1, down 1. So you have this point here. Let's pick a different color, purple. And then you have some number way over there. Okay? So now you actually have an accurate where these red arrows are. Super important, these red arrows. Okay? Let's go to our end behavior sentence. As x approaches positive infinity, so that's going from left to right, I'm going to draw these. If I'm going in this direction, what happens to our graph or the roller coaster? Well, the graph finishes up. Up is positive infinity. So another way, remember the f of x is like the y-axis. Okay, so let's write our negative numbers, positive numbers, negative big numbers, positive big numbers. Okay? Let's try our next one. As x approaches negative infinity, so let's make sure we're on the same page. In this sentence, you will always have one positive infinity, and you will always have one that is negative infinity. This is telling us now, as x goes towards the negative numbers, you're going to go from right to left. Okay, let me see if I can erase my. And let's go the other direction. From right to left, what happens to the roller coaster? It ends down. So down is negative infinity. So there is my end behavior for question A4.